Hello everyone, today I'm going to be going over how to do a few things on Google Sites. So the first thing that you're going to do is go to sites.google.com. If you click on the waffle here, you'll see a bunch of different options. You're going to go to the one that says Sites. Go ahead and click on it, and then it will bring you to a page that gives you the option to either go to classic sites or new sites. So we're going to click on new Google Sites. Now keep in mind, when you get to the site, it will look a little different than it will once the final product. So you'll see these tabs at the top for the different subjects. There's a for fun page, and then I'm just showing you guys here that you do have editing access. So the button at the top that I just clicked is preview. So this will show you kind of like what the finished product looks like, or what it will look like for someone who is looking at the website. And then they'll be able to click on an icon. So here's French, and then I've already set it up. So if you click French and then French 1, it'll take you to a French 1 page, and then we can click back home. This is an additional way to get there. If you just, the drop down menu can take you there. Okay, so if we click on Spanish, you can see all of the different levels here. Now the panel down here, this shows you what it would actually look like on a phone and on a tablet. And then of course the computer screen is the biggest. And then if I want to exit the preview mode, I just click the X. Okay, so now I am able to edit. So something that I want to point out is that once I get to the home page here, I'm going to click on this box, and when I click on it, nothing really happens, but I actually need to click on it a second time. So I'm going to click down here. Now I can type in this text box. Okay, I'm just typing in there and then deleting it. I can change the size of the text based on, what size, if I want it to be big or small or medium. I don't believe I can change the font because it's already set up in the theme. Now, these buttons right here, when you click on it, if you want to replace the image, there's one to add like a link. For inserting. So over here, if I click insert text box, it appears at the bottom of the page. I can type in it and then drag it to where I want it. However, if I know for sure that I want something in a certain box or in a certain section, what I do is I actually go to that section and then double click. So see this little circle thing that you get at? You double click, and then you can embed something, put an image, upload, add something from your drive, or text. I'm going to click on text, and then I can type whatever I want. Okay, so again, if I click it on the box on the right, insert text box, it goes to the bottom of the page. Now, if you do want to insert a website, what you do is you just go to the website, whatever that is. Then depending on, whatever video it is that you want to share or a website, you're going to go ahead and share that, and you need to get the link. So you can either do that by clicking the link in the address bar and copy and paste. In this case, I'm just going to copy, exit out. I can close that and then go ahead and paste that and insert, and then it shows up right there. So what this does is that they can watch it here without actually going to the YouTube website. It's just embedded in there. Now I can go to the other website. It says open a new tab. The settings just give you like a few different options here. Okay, so now let's try to upload something from our Google Drive. So clicked on insert and then from my Google Drive, so I've got some my different folders here. So I'm going to click on one of them and let's go ahead and insert this wonderful presentation made by Yadira Netiquette for online learning and why it's important. So this might be something good to have on the front page for our kids to see. Online learning. So and I clicked on it and I'm just kind of like dragging it around to see where I want to put it. I can just drop it right here and see how that looks. Okay, now I'm going to click on preview just to see like, all right, how is this going to actually look? And then, so this is how it'll look for other people. And then they're going to click on it and they're going to get to the slideshow. So they can just kind of click through the website, internet and netiquette. Kind of cute. On the Spanish page, you see like all of these different Spanish levels. You have Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Spanish 3, etc. Try to insert something from my Google Drive. You know, whatever it is that you want to input, you find it, you double click on it, and then it's going to appear in that box there. Use this one. All right, it comes out kind of big, so I want to like make that a little bit smaller. But basically, it's an automatic link to that document, so it's just live in the website. Okay, now underneath the layouts, you have to kind of scroll down to be able to see this. But there's a bunch of different things that you can insert. You've got Google Calendar, Google Maps, Google Docs, Sheets, Charts, Image Carousel, YouTube video, Sheets. I mean, you can insert almost anything. So I just clicked on Google Slides and it'll pull up all of my recent Google Slides. So I'll just go ahead and click on this one. This is the one I used for the first week of distance learning. I can insert a divider, say within a subject if I want to put a few different things. Now the button is great because it all these little like the blue and white things, native speakers 1, native speakers, those are called buttons. So you click on the button. What do you want it to say? This is just like how you want it to look. And then where do you want that to link to, right? Like, do you want it to link to another website or another page? These right here on the side, it changes the color. See how they're kind of like sectioned off? You can also put an image in the background of one of the sections. So for example, but you have to be careful about the color because it's a little hard to see here. It says great resources, but you do have that ability and that flexibility. So I'm just going to delete that. Now let's see if I already have a button, but I want to make it a little bit bigger, or I want to edit where it actually goes when people click on it. All I need to do is click on the little pencil, which is the edit button. And then I can either change the name or the link so that it goes where I want. And then make sure that you click update. And let's go ahead and do some work on the Spanish 1 page. Notice all of these different options. So this one, it says layouts. So I'm going to pick a layout, and this one gives you an idea of how it's going to look, but you can always kind of like move things around, drag and drop. So let's start with this one. So Spanish 1, let's go ahead and just name a fake teacher. I don't know why I didn't put a real teacher, but that's okay. So Señora Beatriz. Okay, and then maybe I'm just going to write like a little note here because this is the Spanish 1 page. So I think it would be cool if each of the Spanish 1 teachers, you know, put their name or something and then maybe like a link to their PowerPoint for that day or that Google Slides or whatever. You'll notice here that you can fill anything in the box. You could put like a Google Doc or an image. So I'm going to click on like my photos. And this one's nice. Hola tú, ¿cómo estás? Okay, so I'm gonna actually click uncrop because see how it got like really small and it kind of cut part of it off. Where's now it's cut off too. There we go. Okay, so remember basically everything you're doing is gonna be from the right side of the page here if you want to insert anything. So you click on Google Drive, Let me go ahead and pull in a Google Slides. This will be maybe for the next teacher underneath, or it could be for the same one. It just all depends on how like you want to set it up. And remember, you can also click here inside of the box so that you can get the little circle thing pops up and gives you the same options as you have to the right. So maybe you have it by week. You say la primera semana. You can change the size. Let's kind of move this around a little bit. It kind of like resizes things too as you drag and drop it. So I always just use like Control Z if I do something and then I like don't like it. That's edit, undo. Okay, and then I'm going to exit out of there. So far this is how it looks. Here's some different things that we can put in. Oh, you can also duplicate the section if you click here on the left hand side, and then you can click, see how it gives you these different options. You can select an image, or you can select like the emphasis, just to kind of like break it up a little bit so it doesn't all look exactly the same. You can also duplicate the section. So say I like the format that a certain teacher did, so I'm just gonna like duplicate it, and then maybe like I'm gonna change the name and the picture, but that way like the format is the same. You don't have to worry about changing it too much. Okay, so I click on the image and then click on the three dots, select image. Always remember the three dots because that gives you more options of what you can do. Sometimes you just have to kind of like play around. All right, so go back to my photos and let me pick a different one. These are all my Bitmojis that I saved from my phone. Okay, so let's pick this one, stick it in there. ¿Qué tal tu día? All right, let's try an image carousel. So this one is just, it could be for stuff that you want them to review, or it could just actually be images that that you want them to look at, or it could just be for fun, for pictures. So you can either search for images, you can look in your Google Drive or your photos. So for the photos, I can click on shared with me, and I can find some pictures that maybe were shared with me, or just pictures that I already have. So here's a few like little memes. I did like a daily check-in with me, and one of the options was for the kids to put in like a meme or an encouraging quote. So I just went ahead and clicked on those, and then it takes a minute to upload. So you have to have at least 2 images to make a carousel. And then once that stops spinning, you just click insert. And then obviously you can pull the little dots to make it the size that you would like and move it around on the page as well. Now if you want to see how it will actually look on the website, then you click the button at the top that says preview. So when you scroll down, there'll be these little arrows that you can scroll through just to give them a little laugh. But again, this can be anything. This can be something that you're learning. These can be Google Docs. They can be pictures that you take. It could be projects or whatever you find a use for. Again, back to the section here on the right, remember you have insert, pages, and themes. So I'm going to click on pages, and remember that this has all of the pages in the entire website. So if you want to go to native speakers 1 and go ahead and start adding things there, that's fine. You know, you can get to the pages that way. You've got all these different choices, embed. Okay, so just another final look at what the website will look like once it's published.